to many South Africans, left many questions unanswered.
Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Allegedly. On to the next story. You know the drill.
The South African Police Service is dispatching a 5-member team of seasoned investigators to France to assist French authorities to find answers as to the cause of the death of the country's ambassador to France, Nathi Mthethwa.
So South Africa has thousands of unsolved cases. We have unsolved murders, unsolved break-ins, unsolved corruption cases, a whole lot of them. Yet suddenly, the South African Police Service is packing their bags for Paris, my people. Yes, a 5-member elite team flown out to assist, in inverted commas, French authorities with the death of Ambassador Nathi Mthethwa. But why France? And why now? Today, we unpack the controversies, contradictions, and the quiet questions behind Mthethwa's mysterious fall from the 22-story hotel in Paris, okay?
Mthethwa's body was discovered in a courtyard of the Hyatt Hotel earlier this week, where he is said to have been staying in a room on the 22nd floor. He is suspected to have died from a fall from that floor.
So, on paper, this trip is about cooperation. SAPS says it's there to assist French police. But if that's true, it raises a very big question, actually a bigger question than the ones we've had. Why does a police force that can't even solve local high-profile murders suddenly have the capacity to send detectives halfway across the world? I mean, we have Sindiso Magaqa, we have Babita Deokaran, we have AKA Kieran Forbes, we have Senzo Mayiwa. These cases are not solved. And we are flying people to Paris to go solve a problem? Back home, my people, families wait years for justice. Yet, somehow, there's enough urgency and enough funding to fly officers to France. That doesn't sound like investigation. That sounds like image control. Maybe this trip isn't about finding truth. Maybe it's about managing the truth. Before the French police uncover something that could embarrass the ANC government or maybe expose details about Mthethwa's final days. The official line says Mthethwa fell from the 22nd floor of the Hyatt Regency in Paris. But was it suicide? Was it an accident? Or was it pure foul play? If it were suicide, then there'd be no reason for a full SAPS investigation, to be honest. Just a diplomatic liaison and obvious family contact, really. So why the secrecy? Why did it take days before any photos or statements or confirmations were actually released? Why? Could this SAPS visit actually be a cover?
What I'm asking is, could we not face a situation where the team is on the ground in France and French authorities are saying this is a crime that happened in France, it's going to be investigated by, well, not crime, let me not use that word. This is an incident that happened in France, it's going to be investigated in the French method by French investigators, we will just merely give you updates.
Could this be a mission to retrieve sensitive materials like phones, documents, or contracts before they reach French intelligence or journalists? Because when powerful people die mysteriously, their secrets don't always die with them, unfortunately. Nathi Mthethwa wasn't just another ambassador. He was a heavyweight, a former police minister during the Marikana time.
Mthethwa's legacy spans decades, from his early activism in Durban and later to becoming Minister of Police as well as Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture.
You remember what happened? A tragedy that still haunts the South African nation. He later moved to sports, arts and culture, what many actually saw as a soft landing for political veterans who had kind of lost influence but still needed protection. This death, my people, doesn't just close a chapter, it reopens an old wound. Because when the man who oversaw Marikana dies in unexplained circumstances, the ghosts of that massacre must rise again. And the ANC cannot afford a narrative that they don't control in this current state. There are weak points and hidden motives with regards to this. And that's just my thought now. Let's just take a look at the cracks of this story. Why not just let Interpol handle it, really? There's already an Interpol representative in the SAPS team. So this isn't standard cooperation. It's a political mission that is disguised as an investigation. Even the timing is so suspicious, my people. The team left on the 4th of October. They are set to return on the 10th of October. That is 6 days. That's not enough for a proper forensic probe, to be honest. It's enough to contain something, not to discover it. In other words, this might be political theater. This might be a performance of transparency, while the real story stays behind closed doors. I think I would cast an aspersion about what we are not being told by the media and by the government. Behind the curtain, here's what could really be happening, my people. Number one, was there a financial or personal scandal that we haven't been told about? Number two, was there an intelligence angle? Remember, ambassadors handle a lot of sensitive state information, so this could be the reason. From energy deals to arms collaborations, anything that is found in his devices could actually trigger a whole lot of a diplomatic scramble. And number three, and then there's the mental health question. A former aide says he can't reconcile what's being reported. That is coded language, my people. It usually actually means we don't believe it was suicide, but we can't say more publicly.
Among the reflections I saw was a person who worked closely with him who was saying, this is not the Nathi Mthethwa I knew, speaking to his resilience of spirit and the likes. But we know about struggles that people face in the course of life generally. Just hearing the talk about how he died and some of what is being said about the working theory of the police and officials in France, how does that tally with your understanding of the man? Were you aware of any issues, mental health issues that may have been at play and the likes?
Look, I mean, we all face all manner of challenges as human beings in our daily activities, personal and professional. And but the man that I knew, and his character, very strong, very dedicated to serving the people of this country, and very passionate about his work. So to this day, I cannot reconcile the two. What is reportedly to have happened and all the speculation, and I refrain from operating in that speculative realm because it's not going to change anything. But I think the most important thing is to allow the processes and all the investigations that are taking place to give us a better view so that we all can understand what exactly happened on that Hyatt Regency hotel on that day.
Yes, that's what it actually means. So now, why does this feel so wrong? South Africans are right to feel so uneasy because while local murder dockets collect dust, SAPS finds the urgency and the budget to chase answers there by Paris. Hey, my people, AKA's murder took over a year. Babita Deokaran's case still has no mastermind. So what makes this one so special? The selective urgency, according to me, tells us everything, my people. This is about politics, not justice. Please, it's not about justice. And let's be honest, who actually gains from this operation? The truth is, the people who benefit could potentially be the government and the ANC. Why? Because they may be protecting their reputation and avoiding diplomatic embarrassment, which is true because this on its own is very suspicious. The second people who would be gaining from this operation are foreign partners because they are able to have some form of maintaining of stability if the real cause of death could actually disrupt some form of relations between countries. And the third are possibly certain individuals. Well, because if hotel surveillance or private meetings or digital evidence point to something or someone or a cartel or something that was mentioned in the Madlanga Commission, then they would rather we never know. If the Madlanga Commission actually mentioned the fact that police can be controlled by criminals and cartels, what makes us think that the 5 policemen who have gone to Paris are not involved in this particular cartel that is trying to cover up certain things because this man knows too much and must die? It's just an aspersion. My final thought to you is there is a story beneath the fall. That's what I think. This, my people, is not just about one man's mysterious fall in Paris. Let's be honest. It's about a systematic desperateness to appear in control They want to tell the narrative. They want to share a story that is so believable to the public that the public does not worry about the Madlanga Commission, nor do they worry about the safety of their people, nor worry about the corruption that is involved in high places, particularly when it comes to political places. A political elite is probably shielding itself from scrutiny right now. A police service that fails the people at home, but in actual fact has the guts and the strength to fly abroad to show, that to me is very, very suspicious. Until transparency means consistency, South Africans have every right to doubt the official story that has been given to us. And the truth is, my people, if you believe the truth deserves daylight, please don't forget to like, comment, and to subscribe, because here we ask the questions that others won't.